Today, I want to talk to you about the best weight loss advice that I can give you over the age of 50. Who am I? I'm Brian Stecker. I'm the owner of Boomer Fitness, been a personal trainer for the past 20 years. I show men and women over the age of 50 improve their health, have more energy, and increase their body confidence by losing 15 to 25 pounds in 12 weeks. So you're over the age of 50 and you want to lose weight. Well, you came to the perfect spot. I mean, you didn't go to the gym, you didn't go to the doctor's office. You're here on YouTube talking to me, just somebody who's been a personal trainer for 20 years and has a serious unhealthy relationship with potato chips. You know, over the age of 50, losing weight can be really a cruel joke. Your muscles are ghosting you. It looks like your metabolism went into an early retirement, and suddenly that stubborn body fat, your body thinks is some cute personality trait. Don't worry, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to give you some really good advice. And to people who, you know, are maybe used to using that phone where the number goes back, the start of dial-up internet, or those few of you who used to think potato chips was a health food. But first, let's talk about why weight loss is as hard as playing John Madden football on Madden level. You know, where none of your plays are working and the controller gets all sticky and you can't score a simple touchdown. Yeah, that was me. Number one, let's face it, your metabolism begins to slow down. First and foremost, let's just deal with it. Your metabolism begins to slow down. I know, the utter betrayal. It's like your body saying, hey, we're not gonna burn those calories anymore. Just deal with it and enjoy this process. The next thing that we all begin to see is we start to have less of that muscle definition. As we age, it's natural. We begin to lose muscle mass. And when we lose that muscle mass, we just burn less calories. Plus, it makes it even more difficult to open those sun-dried tomato jars that you get from Costco. You know those big jars? And you're trying to open it. It just makes it more difficult to do that. The next one are the hormonal changes. You know, menopause. Also for men, we're getting lower testosterone. It's like the Bears football team. It goes into hibernation and your metabolism comes down to a screaming halt. Then we got to start talking about your lifestyle factors. I mean, a lot of people think playing golf and walking to the mailbox is a big exercise feat. Hey, if you're doing those things, congratulations, good to you. But there's some advanced lifestyle strategies that we need to start taking that are going to help jumpstart that metabolism. Here's the deal. I've been working with clients for the past 20 years, and all shapes and sizes, and mostly men and women over the age of 50. And they inevitably ask, can I lose the weight? And it is not impossible, and you can lose the weight, and it's not gonna take a ton of things that you have to change. You don't have to exercise hours on end or drink kale smoothies to do that. There is hope for us. When I talk to my clients for the first time, they tell me that they've tried it all. They've tried the magic bullet, not the blender, I love that thing, but they've tried so many different things, and they want something more sustainable. So that's the approach that you need to take and the mindset going into this, that this is going to be a lifestyle so you can sustain this going into your 60s and 70s. And yes, I have clients who've done that also. The first and foremost thing is what I would do is I would get a list of all the whole foods that are out there. Proteins, carbs, and fats. And I would start staying away from those processed foods, you know, the ones that are filled with chemicals and that could probably withstand my son's science fair. The next one is portion control. And a lot of my clients, they're not eating a lot of the bad things. We don't need to do a whole diet overhaul. It's just simple as, instead of eating the whole pizza, you know, let's eat one slice or two slices. So just start thinking of portion control. Think of, you know, eating 3 palm sizes of protein a day, a couple thumbs worth of healthy fats, and then maybe a fist size full carbohydrates. The biggest one that I see when just looking at people's MyFitnessPal for the first time is the amount of calories that people are drinking. So what we want to do is want to look through that MyFitnessPal and eliminate the high sugar foods. And then, you know, reintroduce liquids that are going to help you out. Things like water. Yes, you can even drink diet soda and black coffee and teas. These are all going to help you stay full, help you get those liquids that you were once craving from the sugary drinks. The other one is the first macronutrient I like to reintroduce people to is protein. Protein is gonna help you maintain your muscle mass or even build muscle mass. It's gonna help you from having those cravings, but also they're gonna be in things like Greek yogurt, chicken breast, lean ground beef, lean ground turkey, salmon, even some tofu would be a great start adding protein in to maintain that muscle mass and give your metabolism a boost. So most of my clients, when they come to me, they said they're exercising. And when I look at what they're doing, they're trying to train like a Rocky montage, which is leading to injuries and overtraining. So don't think you need to train like you're going into a triathlon. Just think of moving more than your average houseplant. Out here in the Pacific Northwest, everybody talks about hiking. Well, when I look at it, it's more of like urban hiking, walking around town. One thing that's just really simple is just moving more and getting out for steps. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. I see it. You're working out 2 to 3 times with resistance training. You're even doing the right things. But when I look at it on other days in your Garmin watches, your Fitbits, or your Apple watches, what I see is you're doing nothing. You're sitting on the couch. You're just hanging out the office. What you need to get out is just get out for some walks throughout the day. Aim for 8,000 steps, and kind of like the sweet spot for fat burning once the conditioning builds up is around 14,000 steps per day. An easy method that my clients have coined with me is the 20-20-20. Doing all those steps at the end of the day can be hard, but if you use the 20-20-20 method, you make it really easy, especially if you have an office job or you're at home taking care of the kids or the grandchildren. What I mean is start your day with a 20-minute walk before there's any interruptions. At lunch or after lunch, go for another 20-minute walk, or before or after dinner, get that extra 20-minute walk. What that does is break those walks out through the day, helps you get those steps in, and keeps that metabolism cranking along. A client that I talked to this week that doesn't know where to start in the gym, what I would do is I would start off with 2 to 3 days of resistance training. That's gonna help you start building back muscle. And it's as simple as just starting with the compound movements, doing repetitions of 8 to 12, and doing 2 to 3 sets of that, and just start getting good at doing those motions. We'll get back to building back the lean body mass. The other one is we don't want to have to do that Rocky montage, intensity every single day. We just want to be consistent. Thinking of it like brushing your teeth. Okay, you're not going to go into the bathroom and brush your teeth for a few hours. We just need to do it for a little bit of time consistently. And yes, please, consistently brush those teeth. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. It's that scary word, the P word, the plateau word. And what is a plateau? Plateau is kind of like that friend you go to the party with, and everywhere you go, they go. Yes, your weight doesn't move and nothing seems to be working. Your plateaus, they just happen naturally as you're going through the process, but don't freak out. The number one area where I see clients freaking out is they start looking at the number on the scale. The easy fix for that is every 2 weeks, do a measurement on your scale with your body fat. See if you're gaining muscle, see if you're losing body fat, but don't stress about the number on the scale. You just need to change some things up or be more consistent. And where you want to be more consistent, it's like, hey, am I getting those steps in? If you're getting the steps in, just bump them up a little bit by 1,000 per day. Have you been doing your weight training routine and an awesome job with it? You know what? Maybe it's time to start adding in some weights to that body weight resistance training program. Maybe you need to look at MyFitnessPal. Are the snacks starting to, those sneaky potato chips, starting to get back into your diet? If those things are the factors, just make those little tweaks and you'll break right through that plateau. If you're having a trouble with your plateau and breaking through with it, down below you'll see a link. That link will give you a 15-minute call with myself, which will be able to help you break through that plateau and do a total strategy session on how we can help you reach your fitness goals. The other one that I see is the mindful eating. Am I eating to really nourish myself, or am I just eating out of boredom? And a lot of times, if you're going through a hard time, stress with a job, changes at the household, that could be a mental stress, and that's perfectly fine. Instead of filling that thing with vices like drinking, smoking, or overeating, get out, talk to somebody, get that extra sleep. That's going to help you with the mental stress. Okay, this isn't about a diet. This isn't about a workout. This is about a lifestyle. And before you start saying, well, Brian, you keep talking about this lifestyle thing. Are you trying to get me to join some kind of cult? No, that's not what I'm trying to do here. When I start working with clients, I don't expect perfection from day one. But what I see after a 16-week program, I see some small improvements in each one of those 4-week windows. And right around week 8 is when I see major breakthrough for my clients. They're getting more energy. Maybe they had a physical with the doctor and their A1C number is lower, their cholesterol lower, their resting blood pressure is lower, and the clothes are starting to feel better. So that lifestyle around week 8 starts to see the benefits and it becomes more sustainable. But here's some factors that I want to talk to you about when it comes to lifestyle. Listen, start small. Like when I go through people's MyFitnessPal, when they're logging their food for that first week, I'm not looking to change everything. We're just looking to make a few tweaks. We don't need a diet overall here. I'm looking at like, hey, maybe we can swap out some of these chips and start swapping in some carrots or some other healthy vegetables. And you're probably saying, yeah, hey, stop with the chips talk. I mean, I enjoy them too. I don't make the rules here. I just follow them. Start creating some healthy routines. Like I talked about earlier, the 20-20-20 method. Like for myself, I got into a routine where I get up in the morning, I read my daily devotionals, look at my goals, puts my mindset in the right spot, and then I head over and either I go outside for a walk if after I drop my son off at daycare, or I just hop on the treadmill if he's still snoozing. And what that allows me to do is start to get into a habit of boosting my metabolism. On the other days, I start my work and then I have a habit at 1 o'clock. I've got these days blocked out. I show up. And some days are stressful. So, I don't get my full workout in. Maybe it's 30 minutes. But that consistency keeps the results coming. What you're gonna end up finding is that when you start putting those little habits and rituals in place, you'll get to this place where it's a maintenance phase, where you're not gonna wanna miss it because you like the results, plus you also know the consequences by not showing up for that day. And along the way, this always comes up, happens for myself, happens to my clients. There's a week where everything goes wrong. Like 2 weeks ago, I had the flu really bad and I was on a roll with my workouts. The thing is, I gave myself some grace. Hey, you know what? Getting sick sucks, getting the flu sucks, but what did I do? I came back the next week. I couldn't do what I did a few weeks ago, but I focused on getting some good hydration, getting back to those healthy meals, and I did the workout. Was it perfect? No, but what I noticed 3 days after that, my energy started to come back, and this week, it's like I haven't even skipped a beat. So just give yourself some grace as you're going on this fitness journey, that it's not gonna be perfect, and that's okay. Some last tips to button this all up is prioritize protein and get those vegetables in. That's gonna keep you full, it's gonna keep you from overeating, and it's gonna help you maintain that muscle mass. The other one is I take water with me all the time. So stay hydrated. What that's gonna do, sometimes our body's tricking us thinking we're hungry, but when in reality, we're just thirsty. Check in with yourself. Are you getting these hunger hormones? What I found for me when I did a bodybuilding competition years ago, I found for myself that tired I had cravings. When I was tired, I didn't want to work out. So check in with your sleep. And when I found myself getting that extra sleep, I wanted to work out because I had energy for it. I wasn't even hungry. They were just cravings because I was sleepy. And the last one, this is in the 1% category. And, check in with your doctor. They can, do some different blood tests and whatnot to see how your hormones are doing, see how your thyroid's doing, check in with certain vitamin, mineral levels, and they can give you some more recommendations on that to help you with your hormones. So that's it. Weight loss isn't over at 50, or it's not you're fighting gravity. It's just putting some of these habits into place. And if you're wanting some help putting some of those habits in place, down below you'll see a link. I put together a whole guide. Just enter your email and I'll send it right over to you. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.